Hello, my name is Simone Padur, and we've got the lovely Paul Kearney here today. And you're going to talk about what, Paul?
I'm going to talk about joy of business.
Now, when I hear joy and business together, I know that for me, when I first, started playing with these tools, that joy and business did not go together. So tell me a bit about that. How do they fit together?
Yeah, and that's actually a great point. So I'm a facilitator with Joy of Business, and Joy of Business was started around 5 or 6 years ago by Simone, the worldwide coordinator of Access Consciousness. And the aim of it was to bring more joy into business, but also bring the tools into business so that people could have more joy. Because for a lot of people, business was super serious, super heavy, not fun. And it was like, it was, she realized that she had a different perspective on it in terms of how she looked at business. And for me, business was always about creation. I've always enjoyed business. I started my first business when I was 17, and I've always been involved in business at different levels. And it's all about creation and what you want to create. One of the things Simone says is, if there's blood in your veins, you're in business. And basically, what you mean by that is, if your business is your life is your business, that they're intertwined. And a lot of the time people say, okay, this is the compartment that I put my business into. This is the compartment I put my family into. And nothing kind of overflows or overlaps or contributes to each other. Compared life is a weaving. So it's a bit like the fence that you've been making, where it's like you weave all the pieces together to create something beautiful. And it's allowing that sense of creativity, that sense of joy, and that sense of adventure to come into every aspect of your life, including business.
I have to ask, what was your first business?
My first business was selling golf balls. So it was me and my friend used to work at a golf club, and our job was to clean the rivers. And so we were cleaning all the streams and cleaning the rivers. And we found all these golf balls that were missing. So we started selling them, and like it got shut down after around 2 days because the guy who was selling the golf balls at the golf club complained. So we had to shut down the business. And I remember when we did our first sale, like we sold quite a lot of them, and we started selling them. And next thing we were like, wow, for me, there was a light. It's like, wow, there's actually a business in this. And it was, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
So what's a question that people can ask to start to get over their idea of business being this horrible thing? Because when I see you talk about selling your golf balls, you just get this excited look on your face, and I don't see that a lot out there. So how can it change?
Yeah, and it's a great question. And it all starts with a question. So what will be fun for me? Because the thing is that the things that bring you joy is what will bring you money. It's what will bring you happiness. But it's like Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, actually defines business as something that is fun for you, that makes you money. So it's like looking at like a totally different definition than what a lot of people believe. Business is about making money. It's very, very serious, and there's no joy in it. And it's like it kills all the spontaneity, the creativity, and it's actually seeing, okay, starting with the question, what would be fun for me? What would bring me joy? And most people know what life they want to create. They're just frightened to choose it. So it all starts with a question in terms of, okay, what one action can I take today? And as you take that action, things start to flow. So it's looking and saying, okay, what action can I take today, and what can I receive today?
Excellent, excellent. That piece that just leapt out of me, what can I receive today? Can you talk to me more about what this receiving thing is?
Yeah, totally. Great question, Simone. You're on fire today. You're on fire. So the receiving, the universe wants to gift to us, and we all have a contribution. So everything is interlinked, and we all have a contribution to make in the universe, and we all want to make that contribution. A lot of the time we can't, and the reason is because we perceive that we won't be received. So if we're as weird or as wacky or as zany as we are, then we feel that, okay, we'll be rejected. But it's actually looking and seeing, okay, what would be fun for me, and it's allowing us to receive ourselves.
Yeah.
Because so often I was in companies and I worked with a lot of big companies, and it was like I come up with like this idea, and like some of them were like mil- multi-million pound ideas, and they never did them. And it was like, oh, that'd be too crazy. We could never do that, never do that. And I was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You're not going to do that. And it's like, so it's actually looking and seeing, okay, what can I receive today? Because the universe wants us to receive, wants us to be happy, wants us to be joyful. And it could be as simple as a warm cup of tea. It could be seeing a beautiful sunrise. It could be receiving €1,000,000. You never know what way it's going to show up.
Right. So to never make it linear, to never make it a certain, like it has to be money or it has to look a certain way.
Yeah, one of the things in Joy of Business is it's the three energies that a business requires. So there's creator, connector, mover, and it's looking at, so a creator creates, that's what they do. They love to create. Then a connector loves to connect with people, meet people. It's the person who goes in within 5 minutes, they know everybody in the room. And the mover then is somebody who moves things along. But when we make things linear, which happens a lot in business, because it's like, I have a business plan, this is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that. It's completely unrealistic, because business doesn't work that way. Business is a game that you got to play. It's not a spectator sport. You have to be involved in it. You have to be working it to get the awarenesses in terms of what's required, and continually creating. So when you look at receiving and you try and make it linear, then it's going to be minimal. Compared when it's undefined, then it can be maximum, and it can grow into something completely beautiful.
Wow. Well, I think we're going to stop there because frankly, I could talk to you all day, Paul. And these are supposed to be short. So, and I loved your last line there. That was fab. So thanks again for joining me. And I'm sure we'll see lots more of Paul because he loves doing these interviews. And have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Paul. Bye.
Thanks, Simone.